gets it as soon as he gets in. Thanks a lot.
You can't come through this entrance, you know. You're supposed to use that one round there. All your mates are around there, see if you can find them, OK? Good morning.
You are meant to be taking the desk this morning.
Oh?
Well, don't you remember? I'm due in Birmingham.
Oh, yeah. What's so important about Birmingham?
It's a meeting with the accountants to discuss ways and means.
Of what?
To raise enough to buy half the new issue of shares. Look, Jill, the important thing is that we keep all options open in case we're faced with David doing the same thing.
Well, thank you very much, but would it have been too much to ask?
I was doing it for both of us.
How can you be doing it for me if you didn't ask me?
Because I assumed... Oh, all right, I should not have assumed.
You know, all this trouble, this animosity between you and David started when we took that holiday together without warning.
The reason we got into this was not because of the holiday, but because David sees me, us, as a threat. I'm sorry if you think I'm being inconsiderate.
I know you did mention it.
Yes, well, the appointment's fixed now, so forget it.
Yes, but even
I said forget it. Good morning, Rashida.
Good morning, Rashida. You know, you're shutting me out.
That is just not true. Perhaps I play things a little close to the chest, but it's something we've got to get used to, that's all.
Good morning, Mr. Chance, Mrs. Harvey.
Good morning.
Lovely ring. Everyone's talking about it.
Really?
Well, David will be expecting me.
Another cup of tea, Arthur?
What time is it? Good Lord, is that all? Yes, please, Kath.
Oh, we're all up early this morning. What happened?
I know what woke me up early. Those damn cats next door.
Well, the Aubreys haven't got any cats.
No, not them. The other side, that empty house. Garden's like a jungle, and all the cats in creation go there to... Yes, well, that's where they go, and a lot of noise they make about it, too.
I know. I wish somebody'd buy the place.
Yeah, well, as long as they're not cat lovers. What about you, Kevin?
No, I'm not much of a cat lover myself.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant what woke you up early?
Just didn't sleep very well.
Didn't you? You should have woken me up.
Why?
Like something else, Kevin?
No, no, Simon.
Well, are you two having a lift in with me this morning?
Oh, what time are you going?
Oh, quarter of an hour, 20 minutes.
Oh, yes, I love one.
Yeah, me too, Dad. What about you, Kevin? Do you want... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I do feel a bit like the fourth wheel on a tricycle this morning. You three are going off to work and me stuck around here all day doing nothing.
Well, you're not going to be doing nothing. You told me you were going to call on people you'd done work for in the past.
Yeah, and I'm going to write some letters and all, make them personal, so they're not just like circulars.
Well, that sounds a good idea.
And have another try at the Hunters. They were thinking of having their bedrooms redecorated, weren't they?
No, I don't think so, Liv.
Well, I'm sure you said...
But I mean, they've changed their mind.
Oh.
Right, well, everybody finished, then Glenda and I can start cleaning up.
Right. If I get a chance today, I think I'll pop over to the motel garage and ask Carol Sands over for supper.
Do you think she'd come?
Oh, I don't see why not. Do you, Kev?
Well, when I was working over at the coach house, I got the impression she don't like going out much. Not to other people's houses, anyway.
Well, she likes you. I'm sure she'd like to come and have a meal with you and the rest of us.
Yes, well, we'll just have to wait and see how things turn out, won't we? I mean, there's no urgency about inviting her here. And if she doesn't fancy it, well, we don't want to embarrass her by pressing it.
No, I think you're quite right, Arthur.
Mum, you agreeing with Dad? This is his birthday and I've forgotten it or something.
Watch it, or you'll be talking yourself out of a lift. Funny thing, living in the same house, but I haven't had a chance to have a quiet word with you on your own since the other night.
Not much more to say, really, is there?
No, well, I mean, what about Carol? If Glenda invites her, will she accept?
No.
Are you sure?
How sure can we ever be about what somebody else will do? She said she wouldn't. She always keeps her word. What else can I say?
Thank you, Kevin. From both of us, me and Kath.
What for?
Well, for the way you've behaved. Well, we realise it can't have been easy.
No, it wasn't.
If it's any help at all I can say is that I'm sure you've made the right decision. You'll realise that one day, even if it is hard to believe right now.
Busy, he says. I mean, I'd have thought having him home would have given us a chance to be more of a family, you know. We haven't been out together as a family. I mean, not the three of us. Not since he's been back. Well, it'd have been nice, that, wouldn't it? Look, Jen, you're wrong about Sharon, you know. Oh, I was smitten, I won't deny that. Can't fool you, can I? Never have done. But it never meant a thing to her. And you've got to believe that, Jen. Because she needs our help. She's going to get hurt. And we neither of us want that, do we?
You seem very concerned about her.
No, not really. It's just that I feel she's...
Why is she allowed to know things that I am not?
Because she has known them all along. It's her problem, really, not mine. Look, she wanted you left out of it. She didn't want you to know because it concerns a part of her life that she's not very proud of. You know this fella, this Eddie Lee, the bloke that Ashley's making all the noise about?
The one in jail for manslaughter?
Yeah, well, she used to be shacked up with him for a while. And, well, if Ash gets to find out about that...
And he will?
Well, he's bound to, isn't he?
Is there anything that... No, I suppose we can't. Well, there was no need to have shut me out of that.
I just went along with what she wanted. I didn't like it much, though. I was seeing you like that the other. You made me feel very fragile.
Fragile, you?
Oh, yeah. Well, the shakes, you know. About all sorts of things. But I always come through in the end, don't I? You know why? Because you're there. Take that away from me, and it's curtains.
Hello, Rashida. Here are the dinner menus. The veal's very nice.
I'm sure the chicken...
What I mean is, they're keen we should push the veal. Some customers ask for recommendation.
Oh. Miss Luke, have Mr. Chance and Mrs. Harvey known each other long?
Oh, a few years.
So it's a long engagement?
Well, no.
He's a very charming man.
Oh, yes. In his way.
Don't you like him?
Oh, Mrs. Harvey likes him, that's what counts.
Of course.
Mind you, they've had their tiffs.
Lots of couples quarrel.
Yeah. They do say the course of true love never did run smooth. It can do, though.
You've been in love, then?
I'm a spinster, but that doesn't mean to say I haven't loved.
I've never been in love.
What, at your age? I'd have thought a pretty little thing like you would have been falling in and out of love every week.
I don't meet that many young men who are appropriate. And my father wouldn't approve of me falling in love every week. Even once. Nor my mother, for that matter.
Well, don't leave it too long. When I was your age, mind you, I was never popular, any more than he'd expect me to be. I've always been plain.
That's not so.
Oh, it is so, and I don't mind. The good Lord saw to it I'd other things to take me through life, to occupy me. I had my chance.
You lost your chance?
Not lost, no. Not in that way. Thomas was killed in the war, you see.
I'm so sorry. And there's been no one since?
No. What I said about falling in love, well, that's what counts. But there's only one man. The one man you should marry, and the others don't measure up. There's no point in making a mistake.
I know.
Oh, hello. I was coming to look for you. Would you like to order for dinner? The veal's very nice.
You mean he's made a lot of it? Oh, no, Doris, I'll order later.
Right.
Rashida, have the conference people booked in yet?
No, not yet.
Ah, good, because I'd like to show them round the conference facilities before they take dinner.
Good. How very considerate of you.
Why aren't you going to ask me how the meetings went?
Rashida, would you like to take your break now?
Yes. Thank you, Mrs. Harvey.
Were you able to raise the money?
Oh, yes, I can. But there doesn't seem much point my risking it if you're not going to be in on it with me.
Oh, I know that. I meant later on tonight.
Is that you?
In here.
We'll be eating late, dear. Your father's been spoiling me again, and Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were on the phone.
It's all right. I'm eating out anyway. Yeah, sorry, love. So if I pick up about 8, how's that? Lovely. See you then, Em. Bye.
Who is that?
Sharon.
Are you seeing her tonight?
Certainly am.
Getting to be something of a habit.
Oh, trying to make it one. I say. Been writing cheques again, then, have we?
Trifles, mere trifles.
So he says.
Very nice.
Well, I must say they do have a certain something.
Oh, no. I haven't forgotten a special occasion, have I?
You haven't forgotten anything. You never do. That's your trouble. Ah, you look a picture.
Extravagant.
No. You deserve it.
For what?
Well, it's my way of saying sorry for all the aggro.
Oh, there was no need.
Oh, having you back is worth a whole sack full of sables. Hello.
What is it?
Brought some homework with him, has he?
Reginald.
The file on Eddie Lee. Might be some interesting little items in
darling,
here.
you should.
I wonder if Sharon's name crops up.
Well, he was on the phone to her just now before you came in. He's seeing her tonight. Do you think he might have found out already?
Well, that's difficult to say, isn't it? Plays it very close to the chest, doesn't he?
Like someone else I could mention?
I must have set you back a bit, then.
And don't you dare tell him how much. It'll make his monthly salary look very miserable.
He knows how I feel about that if he got out and went into business.
There are other things in life, Dad.
Oh, are you reading this?
Browsing through.
You know, I didn't care for it. It's not the least bit like her other stuff.
Perhaps that's why I found it so interesting.
Oh, well, I must see about food. How about steak?
Yeah, great.
Will you see to the wine?
Why don't we have a bottle of shampoo? Really round off the day.
Oh, you are feeling in a good mood, aren't you?
You want one?
Sorry? No, thanks, Dad. I'm off out in a bit.
Oh, what's that? Want some homework?
Just bits and pieces.
Well, they ought to pay you overtime.
Turning out to be a bit of a labour of love, this.
Oh, yeah?
Eddie Lee.
Oh, you're still working on that, are you?
I never left it. And I won't, not until I've found out all the answers. Funny thing is the connection with you, you know. I mean, in a way, a couple of years back, he actually worked at the Crossroads garage. Well, that was way before your time.
Kevin!
In here.
How's it going?
As well as can be expected.
What?
I said like they say in hospitals, as well as can be expected.
Good.
As a matter of fact, it ain't been much fun today. Went to see some people, found some others. Same old story everywhere. None of my old customers ever anything done. Say none. Them that are, they've gone elsewhere while I was unavailable working for Dobson.
Oh, dear.
So, I've got about as much goodwill as ham-fisted dentist. So it's right back to square one. Walking round, phoning, taking any tatty old job with no profit just for the sake of working again so I can build up contacts all over again.
All right. So what?
What do you mean, so what?
Well, so you've had a setback. But it's only temporary. There are a lot of people a darn sight worse off. You're young, Kevin. And there are 2 of us. I've got a good job.
So you can support me?
So I can help keep us going. What's wrong with that? If it was the other way round and I was out of a job, would it be all right for you to support me?
Of course.
What's the difference?
Well, I'm a...
You're a man. Honestly, Kevin, sometimes you're worse than Dad. The next thing you'll be saying is that, that we're the weaker sex. Oh, Kevin. We are a partnership, you and me, through good times and bad. Do you remember when things went wrong for me not so long ago? I couldn't have got through it without you. This is nowhere near as serious, and certainly not as permanent. So come on, Kevin. We've got each other. What else matters?
You're solid gold, you know that?
After Miss Malik has shown you to your chalets, I suggest we meet down here about 7 o'clock, and I'll show you the conference's facilities, all right?
Wonderful.
Thank you, Rashida.
This way, please.
If you could just go through there, okay?
Thank you.
Shall we talk now or later?
What about?
All this needling about the motel. It's got to be something personal between us.
Well, as we both work here, it's bound to be personal, isn't it?
Look, Jill, the meetings that I've had today concern our being together. What is bothering you?
Oh, I don't know. It's just all so complicated.
Now, look. The advice I got was to buy half of the new issues of shares, to which we're entitled to under the Companies Act. Now, if David buys the other 50%, we're no worse off.
We can't afford it. I mean, I can't.
Yes, we can. The money's there. Look, don't worry, there is money for this.
Yes, but what's involved? I mean, do I have to put up my house as collateral? Is that it?
Look, the details haven't been gone into yet. We know that this motel is going to survive. The important thing is that in a year's time, we can sell this stock at a profit. A good profit.
I know how Mum felt.
Where is all this mistrust coming from? David? What's he been telling you? I can imagine. Jill, can't you understand? I want what is the best for us without any interference from David.
I told you, I don't want to believe him.
I think it's time that I had another word with David, don't you? David, are you coming to the motel this evening? Good. No, I'd like to have a word with you. He'll be here in a few moments.
Hope you know what you're doing.